I just didn't see the signs of the hold your phone up so I can see the next chance of you, Lord.
Why don't you open the door?
The door is open, sir. This is me talking to the hazmat suit.
Oh, God.
He gets out of the vehicle, the door opens, you see it kind of hangs on its hinges a little awkwardly, and you notice the back side of his suit is coated in blood.
Oh God, I'm not driving that van.
You see the bullet holes that went up the passenger side also seem to be exiting on the driver's side. Bullet holes seem to exit on the passenger side, and there's a whole bunch of blood on the inside of this vehicle that could have been where the driver was sitting. There's also a bit of brain matter and bone fragments scattered across the front dash.
Oh God, ew.
I have a hard time keeping down that 10-pound burger that I.
You think that's bad? Wait till you
Looking a
check out
little
the
greener.
mattress in the back.
Yeah. Right. So,
Did you guys hear that, by the way? He said,
If you think that's bad, wait till you see the mattress in the back.
Oh no. I'm gonna go back to the sludge monster.
so, for the driver, what's your name there, boy?
Nigel.
Nigel. How'd you like How'd you like to make a little extra cash tonight, Nigel?
Oh, you're not allowed to tip the driver, I'm told. I'm not allowed to be tipped.
Oh, this isn't a tip. I want to hire you.
But I'm a driver, sir.
Yep, and that's what I need. I need someone to drive the van.
But I'm still on the clock at the other place.
You had a hard time finding a place.
No, I didn't. I got right here, as you can see right now.
No, you understand me, son. You had a hard time finding us. That's
No,
why it's
I
going
had
to take
a
a little
GPS
longer
and
to get back.
No, I'm right here now.
Can the sludge monster drive it?
I don't think so.
So, is out of character question here. Is my
Yes.
character's charisma high enough to convince this guy to stay and drive the van?
Yeah, you can flirt with this guy. The
Can I
giant
negotiate
troll ain't
with
doing
you?
nothing for him.
Could I negotiate with him to drive the van?
You could negotiate him, but as Siren says, you don't have a booby factor. But you could still try to negotiate. You do have a good skill in that too.
My character will step forward and attempt to seduce him into driving the van for her.
No problem. And now, just don't have to go into depth because we have to maintain the Twitch rating. How do you approach him? Just generally, we don't need, how are you I'll give you examples. Are you approaching him as the femme fatale? Are you approaching him like the little lost girl in the woods? That type of, how are you playing yourself?
Or the troll that's about to rip his arms off if he doesn't drive.
The poor helpless damsel in distress that needs him to drive the van while
No
shoving
problem.
boobs in his face.
Alrighty, and that is under your skills. You has that would be that is your negotiation. Quotey fingers. So click on the die under skills for that. And this man has got a strong will.
Negotiation, correct?
Correct, yes. 5 successes. And he has 1 success. So you have 4. 5, by the way, is kick-ass, amazing, holy shit. You got 4. You just noticed the hazmat screen? He's starting to fog up a little bit.
I suppose I could drive this vehicle. I suppose I could have gotten here late, I suppose. I just clocked in though, so hold on, I have to unclock and then clock back.
The guy gets back into the truck.
You can stay on the clock still.
Okay, alright then, let's stay on the clock.
Then he just pauses and he shuts the door. And he shuts the door again. And you can see the problem. The door's hinges aren't right, so he's just pulling at the door. The door has to be lifted up and pulled to close the door properly. Does anyone want to help him? He's now on his third door closing. His fourth door closing.
Push.
You push. There's a squidging noise and a bit of blood spurts out from somewhere, and the door shuts. Something was stuck in there.
Ew.
That wasn't him, I hope.
No, perfectly fine. It was just a finger or something like that on the floor. This floor is a real mess, I tell you.
Oh,
Right.
ew.
Now, so what I'm thinking is we leave him a couple blocks away in an alley, and we call him in to pick up the box when everything's fine.
Okay.
So I leave him parked in an alley nearby.
You can imagine the things my character will promise him if he does what the troll tells him.
You got it.
Yes, sir.
Schmuck.
Yeah, pretty much. Ivanhoe has more of a chance than he does.
All right.
And that's Shadowrun
I
after hours.
do not want to see what the back of that van looks like.
Alrighty. There's a story and everything behind that. You can tune in later and watch the animated cartoon of what the van did before this adventure. If I had the time, I would actually think of doing something like that. But there is a backstory I created on the whim for this van and how it got to the Bonnie and Clyde moment it is in.
You know, I don't want to know.
I can imagine.
Because that sounds horrifying.
I secretly want to know what happened to the van.
Oh, you remember Thelma and Louise? Just picture that with a lot more bullets and blood.
So, Deadeyes, when you
Yep.
went to scout the van, when you went to scout the warehouse, would you have run across any alley that we could park this van in?
The answer would
Conveniently?
be yes. Yeah.
All right, so you can tell it.
And to be
show the
honest,
guy
if
where
you
that
take a
is.
look at the map and you see where that yellow truck is on the bottom,
Yep.
right? Look right across, and you see there's a gap between the two cameras.
Mm-hmm.
That's just before you get to the bus stop. That gap there actually is an alley that goes all the way south.
Okay, so
That he
that's perfect.
could pull into that and be off the map in that alley
Yep,
type of thing.
Perfect.
I don't
Perfect.
see a truck.
Me neither.
Me neither.
It's- Way
Oh,
on the
you might have
bottom.
to. What you have to do is
Right?
you'll notice there's an icon for a little. You notice there's an
Okay,
icon in the
I got
lower corner. You have to
Yeah.
click on that icon to actually move around the map. I know it's kind of stupid. That's the only downside I find is.
Okay.
Yeah, you can move your mouse. Yep.
You can also use
Okay.
your mouse wheel. Click on your mouse wheel and then pan the thing around as well.
Yeah, but that's a little tougher because my mouse was finicky. But yeah.
I
Oh, well.
see that.
And by the way, the big secret of Fantasy Grounds is right click has a lot of your answers you've ever wanted. Right clicks, what do I do? Right click. Okay. I'm not sure should I right click. That's, answers. So, that being said,
Right, so that gets our extraction vehicle into an area.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, how are we planning on getting in here?
I think the cameras are a big issue.
I don't think I can do anything about those. I mean, well, can I have a spirit do something about them?
yes. Now, how subtle do you want it to be?
I'm leaving that up to Ivanhoe. How subtle does it have to be?
You just picture this giant toxic dragon with a bunch of cameras in his mouth. Well, it wasn't too subtle.
The other... You also have the option of going in through the skylights.
There's no
How are we gonna
cameras
get
on the
up
roof.
there?
Yeah, it's because it's a warehouse. It's only a single story, but that's one of those warehouse stories, so it's almost 2 stories to the roof. But it's only like 1-story building, if that makes any sense. The building building on either side, the building on the east is the same height. The building on the west, the upper part where the satellite dish is the same height. The other is a regular business story height. So you're looking at about 20 feet high up roofs, like just over 20 feet to the roof, and 10 feet on the one building to the west.
All right.
So
Well,
broken
we can
bones
start.
and
We can
death
start
as
a
we
building
fall.
down. If we start the building, or the other side of the building to the west.
Yep.
I've got climbing rope. I got a grapple, or the that security rope.
Yep.
So I could go up, drop a rope. So everybody scales up, unless we can find a way up on there normally, like a fire escape or something. Get us into that alley, and then scale the building again. That puts us on the roof. And then we can come in through the skylight. We check in,
Yep.
then we can check from the skylights and see what's there.
That sounds like a plan,
count.
guys?
Sounds
Avoids
like a
the
plan to
cameras.
me.
Sounds good to me.
No problem.
Well, and I also assume that we could turn the cameras off from the inside, possibly.
If we can find a
that's good.
security room, yeah.
Now,
If
if
we
you
had a
guys had a
hacker.
decker
If we had
or
a
a
decker,
hacker,
they could turn them off for us.
and they could also probably get you schematics
Or
for the
take 'em
inside of the
over.
building.
Yeah, or they could just take over the cameras for us.
Yep.
Oh well. We should pick one of those people up then.
They are useful.
You said that troll was a decker, didn't you? At the fast food place.
Hmm?
The troll at the fast food place. You see, he had the ports in his head, right?
Oh yeah, he's got that's
that's
ports,
cyberware. Yeah,
but it's
that's the
cyberware. You know how you've got like your smart gun link on your gun and all that. There was an old
That's
school
actually,
where they
that
drill
is
holes.
actually my smart gun link for my weapons.
Yep. He's got the old-fashioned,
Yeah, hardwired.
it still
in.
says Radio Shack on the side of it.
So he's not a decker.
No.
Though it doesn't look like it connects to a gun for his smart sight stuff.
No, it just goes to a glove.
So basically, you guys are approaching from the west.
Yeah.
Over the rooftop, and then down, and then up again. You're not going to try and basically support a rope and just crawl across the top from roof to roof?
That sounds dangerous.
I'm sorry.
I could probably actually do that though, but I could run across the rope like that.
Does your character actually say, but that sounds dangerous, right?
That sounds dangerous. That's a little dangerous.
So if
Yeah.
you hold the
Jump
rope, I can run
across.
across the building. I could
Yeah,
run
the
across
troll
the
could
rope.
jump across, but I don't think you guys can. Well, you might be able to, depending what your bodies are like. Body stat.
18 feet.
Yeah,
Running
no.
leap. Mind you, the impact on the roof might give us away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Exactly. Run across the rope.
Don't worry, with your body, he could probably pick you up and throw you like a spear.
Woo!
There-
Oh God, he could.
Yeah.
Superhero combo in the making. All right.
Fastball.
Fastball special. All right. So, yes, that's the way you guys are going to approach and do it.
Sounds good.
There we go.
All right.
You guys are noticing. And
Yeah, what's on the roof?
now I was about to say, I'm going to do a couple of checks for the scout guys. And I'm just kind of going. All right, Lena, I need you to do a willpower check for me, dear.
Okay, how do I do that?
Just go to your main, the main page, and there should be a little die icon in the lower corner for your willpower, like your total willpower.
Just drop
just
it
click
on the
on
tap?
Yep, just give it a double tap. Yep. 2 successes.
Woo!
Good, that's good, that's good. All right, because as soon as you climb up that roof, you get up, you get that nice brisk smell of the ocean. And you can feel the beautiful stinging of the waves' mist on your skin.
The lovely stinging feeling.
Yep.
I feel like there's a story behind this.
Someone's got Ugh.
Yeah.